Does forcing employees back to the office really increase productivity? Well, Amazon thinks so, and it's actually starting a lot of controversy online. Hey everybody, welcome to The Practical Place. My name is Ryan Holguin, a certified project management professional, and today I wanted to take some time to comment on a little bit of the controversy, at least as it pertains to remote workers and returning to work, and should employees be able to work from home or have to return to the office. And I wanted to talk about this because I do remember reading Amazon rolling out the fact that their employees at the top of 2025 had to return to the office, which actually caused a lot of blowback from the employees, at least from what I read online. A lot of folks weren't happy about it. I'm sure some folks were happy about it, maybe that they lived locally or didn't. I don't know. I don't know how they're working out getting folks into the office if they moved away or whatever, but I did see some folks talk about it online who didn't like it. You know, personally, my opinion is if you agreed to do a job that was in office and then the pandemic happened, which forced a lot of people to work from home, they're putting the toothpaste back in the tube now by making folks return to the office. I mean, it's kind of hard to argue with the company because you didn't sign up to work from home. Now the pandemic kind of forced everybody to work from home, and now they're rolling that back. It's kind of unfortunate. Now, if you're somebody who signed up for a remote job and now they're rolling that back, that I don't know how they're working that out, or if they're making those folks come to the office. That would be unfortunate. I think for me, the employer kind of has every right to do that if they want. I mean, that's their choice. That's their company. They can make those decisions. And as an employee, you have the choice to leave if you want. If you want to still work for the same company and this rubs you the wrong way, you can obviously speak your mind about that, but that's their choice. They can do what they want. There's an article that I shared from Bamboo HR that talks about this topic regarding productivity and return to work. And I don't know if it's this one, but I feel like there's been a few articles where there's a disparity between individual contributors really thinking that the benefit is there from remote work, that you can be more productive from home, whereas the leaders don't agree with that. They think productivity happens in the office. And so at the end of the day, my takeaway is that it's up to the individual. What is a company but a bunch of individuals coming together to work for one common goal and achieve whatever missions or business goals or objectives that the company set forth? It's a bunch of individuals coming together to do that. So it's up to the single individual, whether you're in office or at home, to be a self-starter, to get the job done. If you need that accountability, to have people keep you accountable, or to have the social contagion or whatever you want to call it, to make it look like you're busy or be busy, that's a core issue with you as an individual. If that's you, if you need that, then maybe going to the office is going to be a really great thing for you. We also have to be self-aware and understand what's good for us and what's not good for us. You have to know as an individual if you can work remote, or if you're just kind of being entitled. If you just want to work from home just because you want the freedom to work from home, but you don't really want the responsibility of the actual job itself that you're supposed to do, I think that's a problem. I think as a company, it's not super helpful. It's a little out of touch if you're a leader saying, hey, you got to work from home, or you got to work in the office now, and if you don't, you can walk. That's fine. You can say that. You have the right to say that. Is that really going to sit well with a lot of people? I don't think so. I mean, the people that this is an optimal solution for them, I think that they're going to like that. I think they're fine with that. But I think that the people that they're doing a great job, this is a great situation, whether it be for their work life and their home life balance. It's a great situation for them there. Maybe they are more productive, but now they're forced to come to the office. I think that's unfortunate for them. Even the hybrid situation, I personally don't understand the hybrid situation. For me personally, this is just my personal take, because I would prefer a consistent workspace. I would prefer a consistent setting every single day, Monday through Friday, to work. If it's my home office, great. If it's my company's office, then that's fine. As long as it's Monday through Friday and it's consistent, that makes sense for me. To do half days or kind of sort of weeks in the office and at home, I personally wouldn't enjoy that, just because I'm constantly changing and it's not consistent Monday through Friday. When you're traveling for work, you're going into the office or whatever. If you live far away, you make it work, but that's not a consistent thing. I think it's up to you as an individual. If you're an individual contributor, like I'm an individual contributor, it's up to me to take personal accountability. I personally work from home right now, and that's great. It works for me. But if I had to go to the office and the company said I had to go to the office, I would have to make a choice. Do I want to do that or do I not? I mean, I'm a team player and I would do that, but it's up to whoever. I know that from a company's perspective, there might be incentives, whether it be the government giving them tax incentives to have a building, lease a building, or to buy a building and to have people occupy the building, that there could be a tax incentive for the company to do that. There could also be an incentive if you want to not do a mass layoff, then you could make an organizational shift in the culture and the structure of how you're doing things that might cause a lot of people to leave your company that you would otherwise have to lay off and give a severance to. And if you don't want to do that, they're choosing upon themselves to leave. And so you don't have to offer that to them anymore. So there could be, it's a chess game where the company's making a decision for whatever reasons. It comes off with the Amazon situation specifically. There's been recent comments from the CEO of the web services talking about, you can walk. If this isn't a good fit for you, that's fine. There's a lot of companies out there. This is for productivity. This is for what we want to do. We want to collaborate. You're going to get a lot of these buzzwords, and whether they're true or not, I don't know. I don't know the guy's heart. I don't know the guy's intent. I'm not here to say that I do, but it sounds really good. It sounds good to say we're collaborative because we're together. I mean, a show of hands of all the people that have been to an event or a group setting or a focus group or whatever, where you force a bunch of people into a room and it really wasn't that productive. Now, there's a lot of times where that you do get into a focus group or you get forced into a room together and you're forced to work together and it works. That's great. But I always find it interesting whenever leaders, whether it's CEOs or whatever, when they make these very objective blanket statements as if it applies to every situation at all times, all the time. Proximity doesn't equal productivity. Just because you're close to somebody doesn't mean you're going to collab with them or you're going to collaborate with them and it's just going to be sunshines and rainbows. With the advancement of technology, we have the ability to pick up a phone and call somebody, FaceTime them, Teams message them or whatever, so that we can have that dialogue. We can talk that way. Obviously there's a lot of time wasted just shooting the breeze in the office. There's a lot of time commuting, all these sorts of things. Even time spent in front of your desk, in front of your computer doesn't equate to productivity. It just doesn't. And there's days for me where I have to understand myself. I have to look at my schedule that week and know when are my meeting heavy days, when are my times of days where I'm in meetings versus when I'm not in meetings. And I have to orient my life and my schedule that week to make sure that I know that I'm getting my work done when I'm not meeting with people. If I have a day that's just shot with meetings and I have like a 30-minute break, I know that I'm not going to get a lot done. So I either need to get up early or backlog it for the next day or get it done ahead of time. And that's just something you have to do with your schedule. Anybody has to do that with time management. So with a company coming out and kind of forcing people to do that, they have that right. That's fine. As an employee, you have the choice to stay with that company and ride it till the wheels fall off. Or if you believe in what you're doing or you enjoy your pay or whatever, do your thing and do it. And if it works for your family, that's great. We live in a country and we have the choice to be able to leave that job and get another job. There's plenty of skilled jobs out there that I'm sure you could find online by just doing a quick search. As an individual, I've been remote now for about 2.5 years and it's been great. There's an adjustment where you have to learn how to turn it off and turn it on. And just because I'm home all the time and my work's here all the time doesn't mean I have to be on all the time. There's a balance to know like when to turn it off and on, and you have to have boundaries for yourself. But even when I was in the office, there's this perception where just because you're there, you're productive, or just because you're in the office longer, you stay later, you show up earlier, means you're more productive and you get more stuff done. That could absolutely be true. That could be 2 + 2 = 4 situation, but that's not always the case. I mean, there's people that can get way more done than me in less amount of time, or vice versa, right? So at the end of the day, it's up to the individual as far as productivity and how much you can get done. Are you managing your time well? If you're great with time management and focus, then it doesn't really matter where you're at. It's just the setting's going to change. So Amazon, they can do that. They have the right to. They dominate the industry. It's still going to be a company where folks are going to want to line up to work. They want to have that on their resume, and that's their right to do it. It's up to you as an individual, a contributor or manager or whatever, an individual making a choice about your decision, whether that's something you want to do or not do. I mean, at the end of the day, I just try to focus on what are my capabilities, what am I able to do, what do I need to get done, and take accountability for myself. There's a standard that I need to live to and work to, or that's not dictated by a company that tells me what I need to live up to. I want to be able to elevate my game and be the best at what I do. And that just starts with myself, looking at myself, taking care of myself, and making sure that I can show up to work every day and do the best job possible. So remote work, not remote work, it's up to the individual. It's up to you to make that choice to step up, do the best job you can with where you're at. Yeah, so what do you guys think? Is that something that Amazon should do? Is it right? Is it wrong? Are you indifferent about it? Do you not care? Do you work from home, or do you work in the office? I'd be curious to know. Leave them in the comments below. Again, I'm Ryan Holguin here at The Practical Place, where project management meets real life. I will see you in the next video.